to Sunday sermon with me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. And for this Sunday reading, we will be reading from this book. We'll be reading a selection from Tagore. We'll talk later about it. It's pretty short. That's all. Thou hast made me known to friends whom I knew not. Thou hast given me seats in homes not my own. Thou hast brought the distance near and made a brother of the stranger. I am uneasy at heart, but when I have to leave my accustomed shelter, I forget that there abides the old in the new, and that there also thou abidest. Through birth and death, in this world or in others, wherever thou leadest me, it is thou, the same, the one companion of my endless life, whoever linkest my heart with bounds of joy to the unfamiliar. When one knows thee, then alien there is none. Then no door is shut. Oh, grant me my prayer, that I may never lose the bliss of the touch of the one in the play of the many. That's I just say Tagore because he's the Indian. He got some man, got that. Let me abuse his. The boy dead. He don't care how as long as I get the last name right. I guess nobody cares when you're going. Rabindranath Tagore, and this is from a book. I can't pronounce it. Gitanjali. Don't worry, I'm in India. I'll get it. We'll be reading from this. Here's selection. We'll be reading from this every Sunday. I'm in India. I gotta be. I first started this series last week, and I was reading from Gibran, but he's Lebanese. I'm in India, so I better respect. So every week, as we do our Sunday sermon, let me put it this way. On Mondays, we do a me tirade, East Coast tirade, except this one. On Tuesdays, we have a thing centered around U.S. stuff. On Wednesdays, we have world stuff. On Thursdays, we have audio drama as a theme. On Fridays, we have like wrap up or whatever it is. Saturdays is whatever comes to my head. And Sundays is I do a reading and then we riff off the reading. Okay? I mean, I kind of need to show you the skinny on this stuff, Yeah, I am talking black. So anyway, so for the next weeks that I'm here till April, whatever, for the next week I'll take a selection from Tagore and read it, right? Tagore, he was I guess the first Indian to get the Nobel Prize for Literature, something like that. And he said, a colonizer wants to give me a prize? Poof, I don't want it. I reject it. But I ain't gonna take it, right? Yeah, I think after he died, or years later, but the Indian government, whoever, actually still took the prize, and they put it someplace in a museum or something like that. and I guess I don't know. I have to look this up. After he was gone or whatever, they had the thing in India. I think at some point somebody that stole it. I'll get the skinny. We have weeks to deal with that. Anyway, so Tagore is one of my poetic heroes, if you will. I know Tagore. I was involved in South Africa in this this initiative, this fantastic cultural offering called Pan-African Space Station. I was the production guy or whatever, put everything. It's basically five. Well, I'll say six. There's five. There was Antone and Neil who were the what do they call it? The curators of the event. They're the ones that put everything together. We got producers, whatever you want to call it, right? Then there was me on the third wheel. That was the production engineer when they ran the transmission desk and a bunch of other stuff, right? And edit the stuff, edit the stuff that we recorded. We'll explain that later too. Then you had Martin, who's the engineer. Martin, the technical guy that put all the equipment together and stuff like that. Because we had a transmission desk, we had a DJ rig, we had a bunch of stuff, right? Then you had Stacy, who I guess you could call her administrator. She did stuff, right? And then I guess the sixth person there, if you want, the sixth person would be with Graham Bocha G, who did the booklet. The booklets are fantastic, man. Everybody got that's pure art. He's an artist. Well, he's a DJ, he's something, right? So anyway, and we did that initiative for about 1, 2, 3, like 4 years in Cape Town. We had a desk, whatever, and then that ended there. But we sort of remorphed, took it to Tagore's. Tagore's was in Observatory, a place called Observatory in Cape Town, and Tagore's was named after this cat, Tagore. Big picture of him there like that, and. I still was with the thing, and one of the things I wanted to do, well, we'll talk about that later. Well, one of the things I wanted to do is, I did, I was still doing the production, when people would come and they would, big time musicians would come and play, and, I would be the one recording it, and shout out to Leroy. Leroy ran the bar, and he basically ran Tagore's, right? So, hey, we love Leroy. But anyway, and I'm up there recording, some plays, and one of the things I wanted to do, I started, actually, there was like an upstairs, there's like, come in, but it's a small place, bar, band was set up over there, there would be an upstairs, and I wanted to, what I did, start upstairs, start doing poetry, not me doing poetry, but getting poets and recording them and stuff like that. So Tagore's, that's what it is. I gave you that, so don't worry about it. So anyway, so I have an affinity towards Tagore, not only because he said, I don't want no colonizers, overruled by the government. Everybody loves these prizes, Let me put this there. So for the next few weeks, that's what we'll be doing. It's important that you forget prizes or well, no, I guess you get. Look, you do what you need to do. Dig inside yourself, do what you need to do, and I'll be short. So this was a Sunday sermon. Every Sunday we're going to be, while I'm in India, we're going to be reading Tagore because he's Indian, right? And when I move someplace else, when I'm supposed to, let's see what happens. No, I have to go. I got to be in the States for a few months. Then I get back to first Cape Town, then the Eastern Cape. So while I'm in the States, I'll pick another. I always go for it. I won't say what it is. We'll see what happens. Okay? So that's it. I got a lot more to say, but I'll say it tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow's a me day. So, all right? Okay. Talk to you later. And wait a second. You all are going. Bye. See you later. Here's what I want to do. I got time. Well, I say I got time. Let me, 63, 55, what's the 63, 62, 63. Let me break it down for you, because actually this comes from another tradition. When I was here last year, meaning I'm in Oroville, in India, Tamil State, and the Artist Cafe, they have a, hey, I'm an Indian. There's names. I'm sorry. I don't want. I wave back. Oh my God. But there was this thing called Artist Cafe, and they would do it in an open mic on Saturdays, and I would and I started going there, and then I started to do my what do you call that? what am I doing? What do you call it? I know what that is. A poetry form called the Kusaba that was, say, invented by Eugene P. Redmond. Anyway, I would do that every week, and then, but would have when I presented it's in English. Then one of the logos, well, one of the people in a person there would translate. I would read a line. They would translate. I would read a line because it was a short poem. It's 7 lines of a 7-line poem. They would translate in Tamil because we're in Tamil to do, even though everybody so a lot of people didn't understand English. But I wanted anyway. So she would do that, and then what would happen is when we finished the poem, then I would break the poem down. Well, as far as my interpretation, why? Because I felt like it. It's all lots of it. So in that spirit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down. What this poem means to me. T from the past and takes transfer. I'm going to let you know what I only suspect. Here we go. Thou hast made me known to friends. Okay, that's self-explanatory. Whom I knew not. Self-explanatory. Great line. Thou hast given me seats in homes not my own. That's sort of me. I run around and people will say, hey, come on, man, have a meal. Hey, have a rest, like that. Thou hast brought the distance near, and made a brother of the stranger. Oh, that's profound. I like that. No distance between brothers. Okay. I am uneasy at heart. It's like, I'm not really, my essence is not really that, which is, I guess it is true for me. I'm like a loner, you know what I mean? Look at that. When I have to leave my accustomed shit, I am uneasy, when I have to leave my home, I'm Cancerian, they're supposed to be homebodies, but I'm also, my rising is Sagittarius. So, that's the guy that runs around, the half guy, half beast, or four-legged thing, runs around. So I like to travel. I'm built to travel. I forget that there abides the old in the new. When I travel, it reminds me that everything is everything. That's a little philosophy there. That's Donny Hathaway. That's everything is everything. So when you go around, you'll see that. Hey, that's not. Oh, no, there's nothing new under the sun. They say that's old, but it's also present. The past is present, and that there also thou abidest. Okay, so on the old and new. Now we're talking the whole spiritual thing. Let's talk. Let's see. Let's talk. Let's call this the how would I say this? I don't want to say God really. The great spirit. I'll do my Indian thing. When I say Indian, I mean the feathers, not the dot. Even though we're in India, because I have in Indian. The great spirit. Okay. The old and new, and that there also thou, the great spirit, abidest. I like the way you use abide. I don't like see. No mind, I won't get that some other time. No, let's do this now. When I'm writing poetry, I don't like to use the same word, whatever have you, but this is really genius. You use the word abide to pull you into that language, but then you use the word abidest. Also, this brilliant. Tagore, my man. Okay, wait, here we go. Through birth and death, in this world or in others. Now, there's a sentiment. Multiverses, there are worlds out there that they don't tell you about. Hold on. That's the thing for Pan-African Space Station. I have the T-shirt. It's hanging up there. I just washed it. It's hanging up there drying. Okay. Wherever thou leadest me, it is thou the same. Wherever you go, it is thou the same. The one companion of my endless life. Whoa! In other words, the Great Spirit is with me all the time. And the companion of my endless life. In other words, I'm eternal. Well, the Great Spirit is eternal, which means I'm eternal. Whoever linketh my heart with the bounds of joy to the unfamiliar. Let me hold it. Let me hold it for a second. I gotta define the Great Spirit. Let me explain this to you. I'm doing my want to come. All right, let me explain this to you. My idea of the Great Spirit is basically this. The Great Spirit resides in us all. That's the connective tissue between all of humanity, all humans, all people who wish to be human beings. You can reject that and be something else. It's all so basically, this person is linked to that person, but it's all that linkage, the gossamer that links us all is the Great Spirit. You can call him God, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Where we in Hindi? Shiva, whatever, whatever you say, right? But here's the thing, in my opinion, right? That means if the Great Spirit is in you and the Great Spirit is in me, and we see that connects us, right? Now, that also means when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, but also the Great Spirit. I have to the Great Spirit, right? So basically, if I say something like, "I love you," right? I'm actually saying, "I God you, I Great Spirit you." Are you following? See that? That's in my head. It's not in your head. Anyway, so I'll go into it some other time. I've said it before, but I'll repeat it somehow. My whole thing about God and Great Spirit and forces that are beyond us. Right? My glasses back on. My reading glasses. When one knows when one knows the Great Spirit, then alien there is none. If you know the Great Spirit and the Great Spirit is connected to it, then nobody is not connected. We all connected to the Great Spirit. We all love. Well, the Great Spirit was just love. None. Then no door is shut. So I can alienate you. I can, but the door is open. Only you can shut it. In other words, one human being can cut off the connection to the Great Spirit that resides in someone else, or the aspect of someone else. Oh, grant me my prayer that I may never lose the bliss. If you connect it like that, it's bliss. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to connect to the greatness of the Great Spirit. Okay. Oh, grant me my prayer that I may never lose the bliss of the touch of the one in the play of many. Good prayer. Oh, these are what's he calling these? Oh, these are song offerings. What? Come on. What is a poem but a song? You know what I mean? What is a song but a poem? So this is a whole book of song offerings. That's what he calls it. Poetry, song offerings, whatever it is. Okay, that's enough for Sunday sermon. Talk to you another time. Later.